here in Bangkok, over the roofs of Bangkok in your lovely apartment. You have lived in various countries, including South America, various countries in Asia. What does make Thailand special for you, and especially Bangkok?
I think Bangkok is an amazing city. It has an amazing balance between sophistication. I mean, to live really in a big city like Hong Kong or New York or Barcelona, let's say. But then it has the very strong Thai roots and everything embedded in a Buddhist environment. I think it's quite fantastic. I mean, a great balance of a great city with somehow this rural aspect to it. I love it.
Yeah. So you mentioned the Buddhist background and the Thai culture. What does it mean in business life? I guess there can also be some obstacles for Europeans.
Yeah. Well, of course, Buddhism is very peaceful, let's say, as a lifestyle, and in business, a lot in Southeast Asia, you tend to encounter people who are non-confrontational, and if you multiply non-confrontational by Buddhism, it becomes quite interesting to learn how to deal with people here. I mean, I think a very top-down, very aggressive way doesn't work. I mean, you need to work around and understand them and be inclusive. You have to adapt to the local culture.
Okay. So it has been a long time since you have lived in Switzerland, but you're Swiss. So when you think back about Switzerland, are there things you still miss or you would wish you had them sometimes?
Well, of course. I mean, organization, punctuality, great, efficient public administration. I mean, the usual Swiss virtues, you miss them here. So, yeah. And of course, Gruyère, fondue, everything that we're used to in Switzerland, I miss it. But we find everything nowadays here.
Yeah. So when we think about your time at HSG, I mean, St. Gallen is very different to, for example, Bangkok. What makes you still smile? What are the good memories you have when you think back about your time at university?
Oh, it's first thing comes to my mind is Club de Latinoamericanos, the CELA club, because we founded that many years ago, and we had a bunch of 70, 80 Latinos lost in St. Gallen, where it was very cold in winter, and people were not as warm-hearted as we're used in Latin America, because I'm Swiss, but I grew up in Latin America. So I would say that was the best time of my life. Those guys I'm still in touch with, and I hope you will interview a few of them on your trip. Great people.
Yeah.
Friends for life.
Lovely. So you are still very active in the Alumni Network, giving the South American, Latin American club and others. So what does the Alumni Network of the University of St. Gallen still mean to you? How do you use it?
Well, I would say twofold. One is, I mean, as still the president of the Alumni CELA, I try to participate in the president meeting, or there was an alumni meeting in Singapore last year, so I went there, reconnected with many others. So I try at that level to get connected. And then we're very connected amongst the Latinos. I mean, the CELA at the HSG at that time was already a very close-knit club of Latinos, and we keep in touch a lot between us through the alumni. I mean, to be very honest, we should do a bit more inclusive stuff, including St. Gallen and the HSG itself. Maybe that will come one day.
Okay. So if you were to give an advice to current students at the University of St. Gallen now, looking back, you've done quite a lot in your business life also. What advice would that be? What would you tell them?
Travel. I think we live in a world where, you know, I remember when we studied, it was all about globalization, whatever. I mean, today that's like already so old. So travel, get to learn new cultures, see the world how it really is, be connected, network, but at the end of the day, be realistic to what is going on. I mean, social media, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, IoT. You know, I think in 15 years we will probably have a delegation living on Mars. So I think you have to make sure that you are aligned with those trends and you live there. And last but not least, I would say I would definitely go and work after graduated at the HSG. I would go and work for one of the new culture, I call them, companies, and not the old farts, like I did.
Yeah. Great. So thank you very much,
My
Christophe,
pleasure.
for showing us a lovely side of Bangkok, and we are looking forward to meeting a lot more HSG alumni in South America.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Anytime. Bye.
Thanks.